to Obidient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope, and the new Nigeria is possible. On a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone. We're here again to take highlights of the things that are happening in Nigeria. Every day we devote our time, and we have active citizens joining us to discuss on the things happening in Nigeria. We have, of course, breaking news again today, and one of the breaking news is a leaked memo from DSS, that is the Nigerian Secret Police. This DS memo that is circulating confirms that the Nigerian Secret Police has a directive to arrest Omoyele Sowore upon arrival in Nigeria. We'll be bringing that up. And of course, the major other issues we need to talk about, which is the comrade Aisha Yesufu. She has released another Ovevekuve. Yes. She had trashed the issue that has to deal with the Labour Party's chairman Abure's inciting the EFCC to arrest her and, of course, to probe P2B and others for campaign funds. Aisha has come out today to debunk that. Of course, I will be bringing that as a very major issue that we need to discuss. And, of course, many other things that Nigerians are talking about, the protest, and counter-protest in Nigeria, and what the Nigerian governments are doing about that. And we'll be going straight to the point to have these very discussions with our active citizens joining us. Let's start with Lord K. Obviously, Lord K has been talking so much about what has happened in Benin the other day that His Excellency P2B went there, and of course has highlighted the Obidient family local government in support of Apata's emergence, and they are very confident of victory. But something spectacular happened today. The PDP has released formally that they are not going to sign a peace pact, and that is really coming at this very hour. But let's take Comrade Aisha's Ovevekuve just a few minutes to hear what she said earlier today, and of course, credit to her, and we also want some of the viewers to hear much more that she spoke about, because we are only going to give you a few minutes of what she talked about so that we can elaborate the reaction of Nigerians on what she talked about today. So for those of you who want to have more, you go to her own YouTube channel and get a glimpse of that. Let's take Aisha's Ovevekuve first on those allegations to arrest her from the EFCC.
They had a meeting yesterday to sit down and say that let me even go. Let me go and read, because I'm just opening it now. I said, let me come. It said Labour Party's National Publicity Secretary Abayomi Arabambi. That one has been running his mouth all over, in my district. So very inconsequential persons that when you see them, I like fighting people that I always tell people, I fight people that when they see, they will say, they won't need to ask, who are you fighting? They know the person already. Not the one that you are fighting the person. They are trying to find who the person even be. But anyway, Arababi has been running his mouth. I've seen him many times on airtime talking about me or whatever. Guy, calm down. You understand? If you say you know normal, I will tell you, say everybody get back for psychiatric hospital. As you want to occupy your own, me go send you there. May you go say, but I'm okay. EFCC at any time. Labour Party. Do you people look like anything except if it is poverty that somebody wants to siphon from you? I like to lie. Even up till now, if you look at the meeting they are doing, you go see the place. God forgive me. I'm not now they do for my fight too. So say them might go here that other than poverty, waiting they smell there. Now the other part where you see say the new this is where they do working what is it called myself interim leadership. Now there they see people will be say something deal. This other than desperation, I cannot see. So except if it is poverty that I want to siphon for Labour Party. What is a Labour Party? Where did you people gather crowd? When you say even when they go, I go stand. And your whole NWC, your whole this thing, only me go stand. Nobody go even know say una dey there. Now I say they divert money. Which money una get? But anyway, Sha, the guy, you know, as the guy want join the clique of people where they mention dollars, you know, $15 million. Those $15 million, they will buy less than 20 bags for me. Do you know that? If I want to buy really one correct ring, it's just, you know, that $15 million not going to even reach. Talk let's say, not even reach, say, make I buy. If I want to buy private jets, you know, go reach you. That $15 million will be like big money for your eye. No be anything, no. So you think say now because of those things, now more, Aisha Yesufu, I go sell this my mouth where I love like this, where big like this, where they use. I go sell them. Take for trade because of Labour Party DC. Remember when we did our, just to, for people who are watching, remember when we did our, what's it called now? Our campaign, our campaign account submission to the public. There was a statement that Mr. Peter Obi had made that he was urging the party to get, you know, accounting bodies, accounting firm, reputable international accounting firm to audit the books. He was ready, of course. And one of the things, that's why when some people don't understand what constitution is all about, in the constitution of the Labour Party, Peter Obi himself cannot ask for that to be done. It's a party that has to call for that, and he asked it to call. He was ready to foot the bill for the books to be checked. So please feel free at any time, like as we said when we did our public submission, our doors are open, the books are there. You want to have everything, the accounts, the statements, they are all there. We're ready to have them. We want them to publicly be scrutinized and for everybody to check. And also for investigative journalists, please do your work. For anyone, whatever it is. But you know the one who still pay me for the whole of this thing is the fact that citizens are being killed. There's so much insecurity in Nigeria. But they know that the National Security Advisor, Nukuri Bari, is so jobless that they can actually call him to come and be looking at campaign. Okay, you do yourself.
To watch the full gist of the main overview from Aisha Yesufu, you might want to visit her YouTube channel so that you can get the full gist of that overview. But let's get our people talking. Lord K, let me start with you. You've heard Aisha Yesufu, and of course, I know you've watched this in full. What is the reaction from you, judging from what she had talked fully on that very broadcast about the arrest threats from EFCC as incited by Julius Abure and his cohorts, the Arabambi and co. And again, they also asked Peter Obi to be probed. They also called a whole lot of names for people to be probed. Don't you think that Julius Abure is asking too much?
Good evening, fellow Nigerians, Obidient around the world, everyone in the studio, and my Zoom panelists. In fact, I am a bit in a kind of a happy mood, just like our very own comrade Aisha Yesufu, because when you hear some kind of things, when you see or you understand some kind of nonsense, you know what people are playing at. It makes you laugh, just like what Aisha is doing. I mean, somebody that you know, you don't have anything to hide. You don't have anything, you don't have any skeleton in your cupboards. I mean, you will feel free, you will feel happy that this kind of talk is coming up, that they should come and find out. They should come and know more. And also, I want, just as Aisha is insinuating that they should come and investigate her, let Abure himself come out to say he wants an investigation. Let EFCC come and investigate him as well. Then we'll know there's a balance. But not you inciting investigation for somebody else, and then you are hiding away, or you don't want to declare your stance. That is what I call nonsensical administration, just like what we're experiencing in the country right now. The so-called Arabambi and I don't know who he is anyway, because I'm just hearing that name. I don't know who he is. It's not relevant to what people should know. So for him to be calling for this kind of thing, I believe he's working for somebody, just like what Abure is doing right now. Abure, he has joined up with Papa Lamidu. He has joined up with them now to fight the party that has been feeding him, the party that has been feeding that he did not try to be a skeleton. So, gentlemen and ladies, we are waiting for them, just like what our very own Aisha is saying. So, one thing that has actually happened, like as you said before, in Edo State today now, is this peace accord that they want all the political parties to come and sign before they go into this election full time. But what has happened today in Edo State is that the PDP, the People Democratic Party, has refused to sign this accord because they feel that they have been bedeviled of all their rights, or they have been cheated because of what is actually transpiring in Edo State. But one thing I want you all to understand, is they say, if you know the devil you want to go and eat with, if you know the kind of people you want to go and deal with, then use a long spoon to deal with them. That is what Obaseki is trying to do right now. He's trying to pretend that he is innocent of what is actually happening in the States. He's trying to pretend that everything that has happened there before, he is clean and he's a saint. Remember, Obaseki is somebody that came from APC because he did not get his way there. So he now joined PDP, and that's how he got into Edo State and became the governor. But right now, the table is turning on him. This is somebody that does not, he did not obey the law. He did not obey the court judgment when his deputy was impeached. He just did the whole thing out of pomposity and let that guy feel somehow relegated. But one way or the other, Shaibu was able to fight his way back. Because, like we said, he has gone to join those that he believes will help him. Now the table is turning on Obaseki. He's now crying like a baby.
Yeah, okay. My question really
to interrupt. My question really will be on this very peace accord that is not signed today by the PDP. Do you think any significance thing, since in the past peace accords has been signed in at different stages of elections in Nigeria, and violence had always erupted, and this committee ends up not doing anything or calling anybody for prosecution? So, as PDP has refused to sign the peace pact, do you think anything wrong, in wrongdoing by them?
The thing is, the peace accord, like we are all calling peace accord, what peace is it given actually? What is it for? How are they calling it the peace accord when the essence of signing it doesn't have value enough for the paper it's written on? What use is it? After signing the peace accord, the next 1 hour, you see them on the street fighting. You see them on the street shooting themselves, killing themselves, snatching, running, and grabbing polling boxes from everywhere. What peace accord is that for? Look at what happened last year. Even in the presidential election. Look at what happened after the peace accord, and then what was that? Oluomo was there saying, if you are not voting this, you're not voting that, you're not voting APC, don't enter this place. Beating up people. And these are the same party people that want to sign the peace accord. Of what use is it? How is it going to affect or help anybody on that day? They're just trying to promote protocols to see that, okay, we did it. We went through the peace accord process. It makes no difference, it makes no meaning, and it's hopeless.
Okay, my next question is a call.
A few weeks ago, when Chief Bola Tinubu went to Edo State, he actually incited a comment
that clearly is outside of this, and that very comment seems to make a mockery of the peace park, because he has said he was going to hand over the governorship this thing to the APC. So do you think that even these people who are consulting for the signing of this also reached to Chief Bola Tinubu either to withdraw his statement so that peace will prevail in Edo State election?
Absolutely. Now, the puppet he has actually used now, that's Abdusalam Abubakar, that is supposed to be somebody that should sit down and respect himself. But because of dollars and naira, he is now, at his age, he's serving as a servant. He's serving as a servant to some useless, non-entity administration. Now, this peace accord is talking about now, this is something that everybody knows doesn't work. Everybody knows this thing doesn't work. PDP on their own have declined to go and sign it. Why? Because the person in charge of INEC for Edo State is somebody that the presidency has put there. The commissioner is somebody close to Wike. All of them in charge of everything happening in Edo State. That is why the president himself came out about 2 months ago and said he will deliver Edo State to APC, because he has planted his boys around the whole place, waiting for that 21st to happen. And then his voice will start manifesting. His machineries will start manifesting.
Okay, Lord K, what are the chances of Apata's with this very signing? I believe that
party may have signed the peace accord, and which hopefully there may be peace in Edo State for this election. But with or without peace in Edo State, what are your thoughts on the chances of Apata? And as I can hear many PDP stalwarts who, of course, went to Channel Television and offered Sheung Akimboloye the sum of 5 million as a bet that he's very much sure that the PDP is going to win. 5 million to Sheung on a national TV that he's going to give him, that PDP is going to win. Now, we know that Apata has put in so much. We know he has put in so much. And we know that the Obidient family across the 18 local governments are behind him. I just want you to use 1 minute to give us the assurance that Apata is going to reclaim Edo State.
Thank you very much for this. I mean, this fellow that calls himself a doctor, Pedro Obaseki. I mean, Don Pedro Obaseki, he's somebody I've actually challenged before on a program a couple of months ago on his way to the UK. I challenged him. We were in a heated debate on one of the TV programs. This gentleman that has actually said now that he's offering Sheung 5 million if PDP don't win. What do you think this man has actually incited also? He has gone up to say there is going to be trouble. PDP is going to win one way or the other. There's going to be some fights. If PDP don't win in those states, there's going to be war. That's what he has actually said indirectly. Making it that he has put a bet on national TV that if PDP don't win, he will give Sheung 5 million naira. And these are the kind of people we are talking about that says they want to be in leadership or they want to be in authority position. This same Pedro that was there on channels yesterday telling Sheung all this nonsense was the same person that was fighting his own brother, fighting his own Obaseki that's the governor right now. But now, because he has seen a way to get himself that spoon to eat from the state's fund, so he's now doing the spokesman for this government coming in. A government that I told him that this man you are peddling, this Aswen Godalo, this somebody that has been in government for the past 12 years with Oshomole and with Obaseki as an economic advisor. His bank, the Sterling Bank, was used for this period to siphon Edo State's money. Obaseki paid over 10 billion naira into his account about 2 months ago, just for the purpose of this election. But they denied everything. This man was denying to my face. He said I should give him some proofs, which of course I sent to him, and he did not respond. So, I mean, we can now see that, I mean, Edo State has become a place where people want to take over. But I am so happy. I'm so happy how the Edolites, the Obedients in the Edo, have taken to Olumide Osaibabu Akpata of the Labour Party. The 18 local governments, they are all yearning for him. They are all clamoring for him. You saw what happened during the parade 2 days ago. And there's going to be another one again. People came out organically to support Olumide Akpata, crying for him. They want good governance. They want this kind of people that has the human empathy, that has the capacity, that has
the Alex Oti also is shutting down Edo Akpata today. That's happening right away.
That's a different ball game. That's a different ball game. Oti himself is in town. Obi is going to be in town. Aisha is going to come back again. I mean, let them be crying. Let them be crying. Let them be crying. We are just waiting for it today. And whatever happens, we know that yes, the obedience, we have done it, we have did it, and we will do it again.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, okay. I think the Obedients are doing their work very well, and our thoughts are with them.
Both in spirit, physically, and otherwise, we expect that they protect their votes come the 18th. Now, moving away from Edo State, let me bring our own kin in quickly. As you know, Mr. Bassi, there is a leaked memo from the DSS, and this very leaked memo from the DSS suggests that Omoyele Sowore should be arrested upon arrival to the country. And that very leaked memo is everywhere. It's just not what is being touted by the Obidient Family TV. The directive is everywhere, and we are projecting it on the screen. That's why we call it a leaked memo. We believe that it's originating from the Nigerian Secret Police. But again, I want you to look at the way the country is moving towards whether we call it anarchy or chaos. Just a while ago, we have Muoka who went to, that is Felix Muoka, who went to the TV and was talking all sorts of things about the All Progressive Congress. That is, the Muoka happens to be the spokesperson of the APC, that is the National Publicity Secretary of APC. He said that Tinubu, what Tinubu did was just to implement what the law stipulated on the fuel issue. Said Nigerians should blame themselves for the fuel subsidy removal. That is not about Tinubu. He argued that the Petroleum Industry Act passed into law by the National Assembly cancelled payment of subsidy, and he made so many things explaining that Nigerians failed to speak to their representative in the National Assembly against passing the PIA law. And He basically said that what has happened is not a function of politics or proclamation by Tinubu, that it is a function of law, that the Petroleum Industry Act. But what I sense there is that they are always trying to, that the APC and Tinubu-led government is always trying to blame Nigerians in this chaos that we find ourselves in. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, and I want you also to quickly join it up with that very issue of Sowore's arrest that is actually trending everywhere. And in the case of Sowore, I think it's more of intimidation for this. Maybe everybody called this a leaked memo. Maybe intentionally the DSS expected that this memo should go out so to deter other people from embarking on demonstrations or peaceful protests in Nigeria. What are your thoughts?
Thank you, Mr. Kanu, for having me. Good evening, fellow panelists. Good day, Obidient and listeners across the world. I'm really concerned about the manner by which some certain confidential documents are leaked, and anybody who is security minded should be concerned about this. Why am I saying this? Because this is not how official or restricted documents are leaked in other countries of the world, in other developed countries. It clearly shows you that there is a clear, there is an issue concerning our intelligence agencies. They can't keep, there is no official secret anymore, and information that are supposed to be restricted are being found in the public domain. It's worrisome. And two, the other issue is the DSS, their intention in getting that document out, or in letting that information out. I think they are trying to scare, I would say it's a reverse psychology. They are trying to play on people's psychology, so that Omoyele will not bother to come to Nigeria. And of course, by doing that, they are already scaring him, because the man knows that once he hops on the plane, before he even arrives, they will be waiting to receive him. So of course, you know, he wouldn't even bother coming at this moment until things are until things cool down. So, but the issue is that these are strategies. These are strategies.
Yeah, let me quickly chip in, Mr. Bassi. From
coming from, do you think, let me ask this question, do you think that DSS may have leaked this very memo from indications coming out? Do you think it may have been leaked by them? A reasonable probability, though.
It's possible, and it's also not possible, you know, because the possibility angle of it is that they are trying to use it to deter people from further engaging in speaking against this government and their bad policies. That is the possibility, and the other part is that, and it's also possible that the officials, there are a lot of people, saboteurs among them, who are undermining the activities and the work of the secret police. That is also a possibility.
Yeah, Mr. Kinney,
yes,
Kinney, can you remember that even the presidential speech
was leaked?
Okay. So what do you expect of a memo? So that would tell you the competence of
this is why I'm concerned, because we have other presidencies, other countries countries, we don't see how certain official documents, some classified documents are leaked as the way it is in Nigeria. I can tell you that some people are just being funny, and it is also possible that there are some people who are working for government who are truly not happy with the things the government are doing. So at the slightest opportunity, they will release those information to the public.
Correct.
So that is also a possibility. So, but again, all of that is also a concern, because what that means is that it's also possible for external force to infiltrate our security agencies and get certain information. This is the same way thing that is going on in the fight against the Boko Haram. So you see certain information getting to the Boko Haram even before the armed forces gets there. They would have been ambushed, because these people have higher information intelligence than the military themselves. So it's worrisome. So I'm concerned about it as a Nigerian who is looking forward to see a more secure environment, and that's on that. And then the other issue has to do with please remind me the next issue.
The other issue has to do with
the subsidy by Felix Mwaka, who is placing that what Bola Tinubu did on the day of his inauguration was simply communicate what the law has declared, as if Nigerians did not know.
Well, when I listened to him, part of the interview, I listened to him last night, and I feel sorry for this country. We have a bunch of psychopaths who are parading themselves, people who see white and call black. Their conscience have been seared with hot iron. They don't have any humanity in their body. So they go out there and speak things that ought not to be spoken to the public. I saw the arrogance in that fellow yesterday, the way he was talking, the way he was calling out PO. And I told myself, there are some people you don't even need to join issues with. When you see the way they are presenting this government in the good book, making them look as if this is the best government that has ever happened to this country, and you feel sorry for yourself, and you ask yourself, what is the place of education? Why would somebody go to school and then come back and become an educated illiterate, as you will put it? By the way, they defend what is defensible. You see, I listened to him, and I asked myself, what is the difference between Bola Tinubu, PIA, and you are shifting the blame of the PIA on Nigerians? How are Nigerians supposed to be the ones who share the blame of the PIA? The PIA, you all know that bill, the manner by which that PIA bill was signed, was when in most of the things that went through the public hearing were discountenance. They went ahead to sign the bill.
I wanted to bring up with you. Sorry to cut you off short. We understand all the rubbish that Felix Mwaka had to say last night, and it was heard.
What I really want us probably to look at it from the direction of our audience to understand is the part that was not explained by Philip Mwaka, which happens to be how much has been, since the removal, let's even agree that the subsidy has been removed, as he claims. How much has the nation realized as a result of removing the subsidy? Because subsidy means you are paying, but this time around Nigerians are now paying. How much has been accumulated, and what use has been the money? Where is the account where the money is going to? You know, that part he did not bring in. But there is something also I want to bring to your attention. where Peter Obi actually made a mockery of this in one of the interviews he granted of late, where he said that Nigeria is moving towards the Gogogongo. You know, some people may not understand or view that interview, but there is something like that before this even Felix intervention or reaction at the TV yesterday. Let's even take a listen to how His Excellency Peter Obi said that the nation Nigeria has been moved from one side to Gogogongo. Let's take a listen to that. We'll come back now.
2005 had a GDP of over nearly 500 billion with per capita of over 2,500. Today, our per capita is just about a little bit over 1,000.
Okay.
That is the crisis you face. And we have tripled our debts. That means the money we borrowed were all either swallowed by snakes, pythons, tortoise, monkey, all sorts of things. That's why we are now in this new song of Go 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 Go, where people put the money, the elephants even follow that ate the money because the man goes to parties.
The hilarious aspect of it, the EPO has joined the dance of Gogogongo. Well, on a simpler distance. So, Mr. Bassi, you've heard from PO, the country is tilted towards the trending dance of Gogogongo. What you think he's talking about the subsidy, Tinubu's subsidy regime, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. The issue here is if you look at the nation, just like the way Pio described it, I would even say that we are a nation that is heading towards crash landing. That's what it is, because everything about this government lacks transparency. So demanding for accountability is a Herculean task to be the acts of this government, because they lack the capacity. They are not even willing. This is a government that is full of impunity. They do things without even any recourse to the ethics and the constitution. So why do we have this kind of a government? Because we have a bunch of criminals who have ganged up to put this country in a very bad situation and loot this country and ensure that nothing is left for us. This is the same government who some years ago, 2012, was making a demand on the government of President Goodluck Jonathan that the man is running the economy down, is running the country down. Today, we can see who is actually running the nation down compared to what happened during Goodluck Jonathan's era. So this is what it is. This government lacks the capacity to be transparent. And I don't even expect them to be transparent or accountable, because anything goes in this government. That's what it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bassi. Let me quickly get the opinion of Tony in all of this. Tony, let me start with the APC.
The APC has put Nigerians in Gogogongo situation since 2015 that Buhari is there. Please, let's start with that and then the other things. Tony.
Yeah, thank you. Gogogongo is a fairy tale. What it actually means is that Nigeria is no longer a nation in the real sense of it. It has been hijacked by a set of criminal gangs. Everybody knows that, of course. I'm not the only one saying it. It's being said all over the place that the people in charge of this country are a bunch of criminals. no doers that can defend any illegality. Yes, go. It's even, what Nigeria has become is even worse than that. Because one thing is a country where no laws, where some laws
Yeah,
are and others are not obeyed.
You know, Tony, His Excellency Peter Obi was making reference on how the elephant and that is in the Gogogongo and the tortoise has been swallowing the subsidy money since.
Of course, if you want to complain, they will kick you. The elephant, you see how the elephant kicks whatever is behind it? That's exactly what they do. If you want to tell them what they're doing is not right, they will use all manner of ways to subjugate you, to kick you off, to call you names, to do all kinds of stuff that is not obtainable in any other developing nations. This is where we are, and for them to criticize PO every time. I think this Moka and Onanuga, in particular, these two guys have something really in them that when they hear the name P2B, it sends them, wild and crazy. How can you blame P2B for something you are sitting on top of, you are in charge, and you're blaming somebody else who is not even around or close to what you guys are doing? You're trying to blame him. So that description actually fits what is going on in this country. And we all know that. Yep. That's my opinion on that area. So if you want, if we go to Sowore, the fact that they leaked a memo revealing that he's under the microscope of the
DSS.
Yes. But he should know that. We all shouldn't be surprised about that, because they are arresting and harassing everybody they think are the sponsors of the NSAS and bad governance campaign. So yes, they will arrest him if he shows up. That one is obvious. But the thing is, Nigerians can organize themselves, just like the Kenyans do. The Kenyans, when they started their own campaign, their demonstrations, they had no specific leaders. It was because of the technology around now, you can communicate with each other. People can communicate in different ways. So Nigeria can emulate what the Kenyans do without leaders, identifying leaders. But in this case, I think Sowore should just stay put wherever he is and then do what he's been doing from that point. And then help coordinate those of us inside the country, those groups, organizations. And the good thing I'm hearing now is that the Labour Party, the labor unions are looking at the chances of them joining the next protest, the next demonstration, because it affects everybody. And it affects everybody. And if they do that, that will give it a national level strength. It will make it such that it will be more effective, it will be widespread throughout the country. And I won't be surprised if other organizations, CSOs, join in the protest.
They take it back movement. The take it back movement are also in Nigeria. Of course, they have
called for the protest, and I really don't know why DSS are going strictly to arrest Sowore upon arrival, but all the same, we see how those things, we keep our ears and eyes open and see how all of these things pan out. So thank you very much, Tony, for this contribution that you have done. And of course, all the panelists, Mr. Basil, okay, thank you so much for turning out every day to join us to have these discussions again. And for viewers, please go to the comment section, tell us your thoughts on the explanation by Aisha Yesufu or reaction of Aisha Yesufu on the threats by the Abure faction of the Labour Party threatening EFCC to arrest Aisha Yesufu. And I also call for some of our viewers also to look at her full video to understand really where she's coming from. And again, on the issue of the leaked memo, finally, I want to say that DSS are doing their work. However, whoever leaked the memo is entirely up to them to find out. And of course, but Nigerians to be on the alert for this kind of threats coming out to deter demonstration, which is a constitutional right of the citizens. So we'll continue to bring you everything or many things that are happening in Nigeria as they are going on, and bring you the official opposition of the Obidient movement from the side of the Obidient Family TV. Thank you so much for being with us, and until tomorrow when we see you again, bye for now.